Have you ever looked around and wondered, why does it seem like everyone else is finding love so easily? Friends are getting into relationships. Couples are posting pictures together. People are finding someone to share their lives with. And then there's you. Still single. Still waiting. Still wondering if something is wrong. Maybe you've even asked yourself, why don't I have a girlfriend? And the more time passes, the louder that question becomes. But what if I told you? The reason you're still single may have nothing to do with your looks, your money, or your worth. Because psychology suggests that many people stay single for reasons they don't fully understand themselves. And some of those reasons are surprisingly powerful. Let's start with the most common one. Many people say they want a relationship. But deep down, they're afraid of one. Not because they don't want love, but because love requires vulnerability. It requires opening up, being seen, being rejected, being hurt. And for some people, their brain sees emotional risk the same way it sees physical danger. So without realizing it, they keep people at a distance. They avoid difficult conversations. They overthink every interaction. They wait for the perfect moment that never comes. And then they wonder why nobody gets close. But that's only part of the story. Here's something most people never talk about. Some people stay single because they've spent years building walls that became invisible. Maybe they were hurt before. Maybe they watched unhealthy relationships growing up. Maybe they learned that trusting people often leads to disappointment. So now they protect themselves. Automatically. Their brain is trying to keep them safe. The problem is that the same walls that keep pain out also keep connection out. And that's where many people get stuck. But there's another hidden reason. A reason that sounds positive at first. Some people become so focused on improving themselves that they forget to let people into their lives. They're working on their goals, building their future, learning new skills, growing every year. And that's admirable. But sometimes self-improvement becomes a hiding place. A way to delay vulnerability. A way to tell yourself, I'll start dating when I'm more successful. I'll start dating when I'm more confident. I'll start dating when everything is perfect. But perfection never arrives. And life keeps moving. Psychologists call this readiness postponement. The belief that happiness must wait until you become a better version of yourself. But relationships don't require perfection. They require connection. And connection is built through imperfect people. Not perfect ones. There's also something else. Many genuinely good people stay single because they refuse to settle. And while the world often tells them they're being too picky, the reality is different. They simply want something real. They don't want attention. They want understanding. They don't want temporary excitement. They want genuine connection. And finding that takes time. More time than most people realize. The truth is, being single isn't always a sign that you're failing. Sometimes it's a sign that you're growing. Sometimes it's a season where you're learning who you are, what you value, what you need, and what kind of relationship actually belongs in your life. Because the worst thing isn't being single. The worst thing is being with someone who makes you feel alone. And that's a lesson many people learn too late. So if you're sitting there wondering why you still don't have a girlfriend, stop assuming the answer is that you're not good enough. Maybe you're protecting yourself more than you realize. Maybe you're waiting for certainty that doesn't exist. Maybe you're focused on growth. Maybe you're still learning how to let people see the real you. Or maybe you simply haven't met the right person yet. And that's okay. Because your relationship status does not determine your value. It never has. And it never will. The right relationship won't happen because you became perfect. It will happen when two imperfect people decide to be honest, vulnerable, and real with each other. And until then, don't measure your worth by who's standing beside you. Measure it by the person you're becoming. Because sometimes the right relationship arrives When you stop believing that being single means something is wrong with you.